I'm Conn Nagle and I play wheelchair basketball for Northern Ireland and Great Britain under 23s. Yeah, I 100% agree that sport has the power to change lives, and from my own experience, I think it's definitely changed my life for the better. And then in terms of what the sport actually means to me, I think it's a lot more than just a sport and a way of completing exercise. Obviously that's one part of it, and there's positive physical benefits to training every day, although there's so much more to it. From my own experience, I've made a lot of great friends and met great coaches through the sport, and people that otherwise I never would have really met or crossed paths with. I think also the sport has given me the chance to travel. So as a wheelchair basketball player from Northern Ireland, from the age of 6, I've been travelling all across the UK for various tournaments and training camps. And in the past few years, I've actually travelled abroad with the Great Britain team. So those trips away are always great fun, and without wheelchair basketball, I never really would have had a chance to go on those trips. I also think one thing that has really come into focus since the outbreak of coronavirus, it's made me realise that wheelchair basketball gives me a great purpose in life. The idea of waking up every day and having a training session to go to or a match to play in, and just having the goal to work towards, I think that's really important, and it contributes towards a positive and mental mindset, you know what I mean? Yeah, 100%. I think I would kind of divide my life into three parts. You've got family and friends, you've got my education, my university, and then you've got my basketball as well. So it's just about balancing all that and yeah, keeping it all together. I think it's quite difficult to say where I would be now if I hadn't got involved in wheelchair basketball, but I think I have a fair idea of where I wouldn't be. So 100% I wouldn't have met the great friends or been involved with great people through wheelchair basketball if I hadn't got involved in the sport. I also think that I obviously wouldn't have the opportunities like the travel, and I also wouldn't have the opportunity to be that feeling to be part of a team and all the benefits that come along with that. I also think that I wouldn't have most of the transferable skills that I've gained through wheelchair basketball. So wheelchair basketball has given me great communication skills, leadership skills, organisational skills, and it's also helped me become more independent, open-minded, and it's gotten me really determined to achieve in life. It's made me much more open-minded towards disability as well. Before I started playing wheelchair basketball, I didn't really, I wasn't really fully comfortable with my own disability. I was a bit self-conscious and whatever. But meeting people just like you, it really helps. And yeah, it makes you more confident in yourself. So without wheelchair basketball, I never really would have met people like that with various disabilities and stuff. So it's made me more understanding towards that, and yeah, more confident in myself. I think, of course, there's going to be people that miss out through their lack of opportunity, lack of background, or their own individual circumstances or whatever. But I think that number is definitely decreasing. It's definitely unfortunate that people are missing out. But I think the number of people that miss out is much smaller now compared to what it was 15, 20 years ago, or even compared to what it was when I first started playing wheelchair basketball. And I think that's down to the work that companies or organisations like Disability Sport and I do. So I think the opportunities available for disabled people in Northern Ireland, sporting wise, at the minute it's very impressive. So you've got opportunities in wheelchair rugby, para swimming, bocce, and for young people there's initiatives set up like the Wheelie Active Club. And then wheelchair basketball specifically, there's 5 clubs now spread out across Northern Ireland, compared to just one a few years ago. So that's a big improvement. And the Northern Ireland Wheelchair Basketball League has been brought in the past year. So I think that's great because it gives beginners and people who've just started the sport an opportunity to gain competitive experience. So I think, as there's definitely a number of people missing out, but I think that number is definitely decreasing. I think it's quite understandable if you would be quite worried about coming in the sport like wheelchair basketball. From my own experience, people have joined clubs, and when they first started, they've been, scared to actually get in the chair, just because I think they feel that once they get in the chair, they think of themselves as disabled, whatever. And there's amputees and stuff who have been scared to take off their leg when playing wheelchair basketball. But what I would say is you just have to let those worries go, and you just have to throw yourself into it, I'd say, because it's definitely 100% changed my life for the better, and I think there's a fair chance if you joined yourself, it would change yours for the better as well.